In the ongoing saga within WWE's Samoan dynasty, tensions have reached new heights with the latest twist involving former Bloodline member Sami Zayn and rising enforcer Solo Sikoa. With the fractured Bloodline storyline becoming one of the most talked about narratives in WWE, fans were captivated by a recent backstage interaction between Zayn and Sikoa, which did not go unnoticed by the ever-watchful Jimmy and Jey Uso. Since his fallout with Roman Reigns and his defection from the Bloodline, Sami Zayn has remained a polarizing figure within WWE. Once embraced by the Usos and even Reigns himself, Zayn's loyalty was repeatedly questioned before he ultimately chose to stand against Reigns' oppressive rule over his family. This decision came at a heavy price, as Zayn lost his Bloodline family but found a loyal ally in Kevin Owens. Their resistance against the group earned them both respect and scorn, making every encounter between Zayn and his former Bloodline members an intense moment for fans. In this latest encounter, Zayn was spotted deep in conversation with Solo Sikoa. The moment appeared friendly, even cordial, an unexpected sight given the tumultuous history. Both Zayn and Sikoa were initially recruited into the Bloodline by Reigns, but each took different paths within the group. Sikoa has firmly remained Roman's enforcer, adding an intimidating presence with his raw strength and powerful moves. Zayn, on the other hand, often relied on his wit and humor, initially winning the favor of Reigns and his family before his loyalty was doubted. The Usos, Jimmy and Jey, seemed taken aback by the sight of Zayn talking to Sikoa. The brothers share a unique bond with both Zayn and Sikoa, complicating the dynamics. Jimmy and Jey were once among Zayn's biggest advocates, rallying behind him in the face of Roman skepticism. When Reigns was adamant about testing Zayn's loyalty, it was the Usos who repeatedly vouched for him, forming a bond that seemed unbreakable. However, Zayn's eventual decision to leave and turn against the Bloodline left the brothers feeling betrayed. The sight of Zayn reconnecting, even if briefly, with Solo sparked questions about whether Zayn was seeking reconciliation or trying to sow discord within the remaining members of the Bloodline. As the Usos approached, the conversation between Zayn and Sikoa ended abruptly, adding to the tension in the room. The brothers demanded to know why Zayn was talking to Solo, clearly suspicious of his motives. Zayn, always quick with his words, insisted that he was merely catching up with an old friend. He reminded Jimmy and Jey of the moments they shared, the battles they fought side by side, and the loyalty he once held for the Bloodline. Sikoa, remaining silent and stoic as usual, didn't deny Zayn's words, only adding to the tension. Jimmy, known for his fiery personality, was visibly agitated. He accused Zayn of attempting to interfere with the Bloodline once again, questioning his true intentions. Jey, who has had a more complicated relationship with Zayn, seemed torn. While he clearly shared his brother's loyalty to family, there was a hint of understanding in his eyes as he looked at Zayn, a reminder of the friendship they once shared. This complex emotional landscape brought an extra layer to the segment, as fans were reminded of the bonds that existed before the Bloodline was shattered. Sikoa, in his usual enigmatic style, merely shrugged off the accusations. His silence left fans guessing about his loyalty and intentions. Was he simply being polite, or could there be lingering doubts in his mind about Reigns' leadership? The encounter ended with Zayn walking away, leaving Jimmy and Jey to exchange wary glances. Their silent communication seemed to suggest an agreement. Zayn may no longer be Bloodline, but his connection to their family remains a thread that could be pulled at any moment. This backstage interaction added new layers to the ongoing Bloodline storyline. With Survivor Series and other major events on the horizon, this tense moment opens up possibilities for future rivalries, alliances, and betrayals. Sami Zayn's reappearance in the Bloodline's orbit has fans buzzing with speculation. Could this be the beginning of Zayn's reconciliation with his former allies, or a subtle play to plant seeds of dissent? Or perhaps Zayn is merely there to remind the Bloodline of the choices they made and the bonds they broke along the way. Regardless of the outcome, this interaction marks another compelling chapter in WWE's most personal and high-stakes family drama.